Alafia. My name is David Graham. I go by Awo Ifa Foray at the Ifa Foundation International. And welcome to another iteration or another episode of the online Ifa classroom. Before we get started today, I'm trying a new lighting system for you guys. I've been told that the videos are a little dark. So I hope this helps. I hope you can see me better. And I am blind as a bat, so I hope it's working for you. Today's topic is a little bit outside of the box. And before we get into it, I want to remind you once again that I'm always looking for ideas, content, suggestions about what you guys would like to hear about, questions, comments, concerns, etc. I think starting with the next video, I'm going to launch into a series of a different video for each Orisha to give the basics to the beginner of what the Orisha represents, how to contact that Orisha, what ebbos would be appropriate to that Orisha, etc. But for today, I wanted to talk about something extremely important that a lot of people seem to overlook, or a lot of people ask me about on a regular basis, and they just don't seem to get this part of Ifa spiritual practice, any spiritual practice for that matter, but this would be part and parcel to making our ebbos and getting the results that we're looking for. And that is trust. The idea of trusting in the universe, trusting in Orunmula's guidance, trusting in your ebbo, trusting in your Babalao. You know, I get the question a lot when I do readings and consultations for people. Let me back up. For those of you that haven't had a reading done, if you come to a Babalao or an Ifa priest for a reading, they'll talk to you a lot about the Odu that you walk with, the energies that are at play at your life right now, the area of your life that is most likely to be affected, and then they will typically give you a prescription, an ebbo to perform, either perform yourself or they may offer to do it for you. In the event that you're in balance, the idea is to get even more out of the period of life that you're working with. And in the event that you come EB or a Sorgbo out of alignment, the idea is to get you back into alignment so that life carries on smoothly for you. And oftentimes when I read people, they'll come with situations in their life that need to be rectified, or problems that they're looking to have solved. And more often than not, the ebbo, the solution, is something minor, something that we would not define as too heavy, like honey to Oshun, or shea butter to Obatala, a cigar to Eshu. And I get asked very often, is that going to be enough? Do we need to explore it further? When I make the ebbo, how do I know that it's worked? Do I need to come back and ask if it's worked? And so forth and so on. What these people are missing is trust. You know, trust may be the most important part of this spiritual philosophy, especially for someone who is new. What you are effectively doing when you're asking follow-up questions, did the ebbo work? Is there something else that's needed? Is you're second guessing the wisdom, the knowledge, the advice of Orunmula, the advice of Ifa. It's very simple. You come to Ifa with questions or concerns. You're given a reading. Ifa gives a prescription through the Ifa priest of an ebbo that will either restore your balance or strengthen your balance. And all you have to do is do the ebbo, keep the reading in your mind, live your life with good character, and everything will be well. Everything will turn out. You'll have all of those things that we want so bad in life: long life, good health, prosperity, strong family relationships, victory over obstacles. It really is that simple, and it really is that difficult for many people to grasp. What you're doing when you're second guessing Ifa, when you're second guessing Rumula, when you're asking, is it enough? When you're coming up with all of these extra things that you need to do in order to make your ebo effective, is you are diminishing the power of the ebo. You are diminishing your own personal ashe. You are lessening the effect that you are going to get because you're doubting the philosophy itself. It's like that old adage that if one rooster to Eshu is good, then three roosters to Eshu must be even better. And that's nonsense. It's not about the rooster. It's not about the tool, the Eshu. It's not about the Orisha pot. It is about your connection to the Orisha, about your understanding of why that Orisha energy is important, how that Orisha energy is important, why that Orisha energy is going to be the one to restore your balance, to bring order back into your life, to help you get the things that you need. A spoonful of honey is just as good as an entire dish of honey. It's about the understanding of what the honey represents and why the honey is appropriate to Oshun, or why the cigar is appropriate to Shango, or whatever the prescription is that you have been given. To the extent that you second guess the ebo, to the extent that you do the ebo with doubt in your mind, to the extent that you think this can't possibly be enough, you significantly diminish the returns that you're going to receive. You significantly diminish the effects that this philosophy will bring you. And you significantly diminish the chances of getting what it is that you need. You notice I'm not saying getting what you want. It's about getting what you need, not getting what you want. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is of paramount importance to work on. And for most people, this is not something that comes immediately. But it's the idea of getting your reading done, going to the appropriate Orisha, the appropriate shrine, bringing the appropriate ebo, saying the prayers, and then knowing that it's done. Not guessing, not hoping, not wishing that it will work, knowing that it is done. Knowing that you've received the Rumula's guidance, you've been given the appropriate prescription or the appropriate ebo, you performed the ebo, you keep the reading in the forefront of your mind, and you go live your life the best way that you can, in good character, knowing that it will get done. This is probably the single most important role that you have when it comes to making a ebo, when it comes to triangulating with energies, when it comes to asking for the things that you need, is the ability to go to your sacred space, connect to the energy, say the appropriate prayer for you, leave the ebo, and know that it's done and know that it works. This gets easier. It doesn't happen instantly for most people. And it gets easier as you begin to see the results of your prayers, the results of your ebos, and as you begin to see life get better for yourself and for those that you love. A few videos back, I remarked that Ifa was a spiritual practice, and I said practice being the operative word. This is what I meant. The more you do it, the more you connect, the more you say your prayers, the more you perform ebo. Presumably, if you're doing it right, the better and better the results of your work will be. And certainly I see this with the people that I work with. The more consistently they do it, the better results they get. And it's because they learn to trust the universe. They learn to trust the Orisha. They learn to trust the guidance of Orunmila. They learn to trust their spiritual mentors who they work with and who they have vetted meticulously. And they begin to get it, that it really is a symbiotic relationship, that one hand washes the other, and that it can't work unless you trust the process, you trust the energy, and you relinquish control knowing that you've done your part of the deal and that the Orisha or Orunmila or your ancestors will do their part. Can't stress how important this is. So think about it, take it to heart, work on it. As usual, if you have any questions or concerns, email me through YouTube or email me at the foundation. And again, I'm always looking for ideas for new content. So if you have anything you'd like to hear about or any questions, please send them over. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other.